This morning, two people are in custody in connection with an alleged bomb plot targeting Lady Gaga's concert in Rio. Brazilian police say they foiled the planned attack on the free concert, which drew 2 million people to Rio's Copacabana beach Saturday night. The suspects allegedly were trying to recruit teenagers online to carry out the coordinated attack using improvised explosives and Molotov cocktails. Authorities say their goal was to target LGBTQ plus people and make a name for themselves on social media. A spokesperson for Lady Gaga told CNN, quote, "We learned about this alleged threat via media reports this morning. Prior to and during the show, there were no known safety concerns, nor any communication from the police or authorities to Lady Gaga regarding any potential risks." Police say they wanted to, quote, avoid panic and the distortion of information. CNN senior national security analyst and former DHS Assistant Secretary Juliet Kayyem is joining us now. Did police do the right thing here, saying, look, we didn't want to cause any panic, so we didn't tell anybody about this, even those putting on the concert who could have said, look, we're not going to put on the concert, I am assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, Lady Gaga would have had sort of the ability to cancel it as Taylor Swift did a few years back in Europe in Vienna when she got a similar threat. I've never heard of an instance where the local and national police having thwarted, at least in their telling, a serious enough terrorist attack to warrant that kind of attention, and not telling essentially the talent. You would tell a sports team, you would tell a singer. She then could have assessed with her team whether she wanted to go forward, whether she wanted to put her fans there. So there's a sort of just a mismatch between the concerns about these people they arrested. It appears that they had not sort of gone forward with planning, that this was just discussions, and the fact that they did not tell Lady Gaga.
I'm curious what you think of the words that police say sort of came out from this group, that they were trying to become, as often happens in with these groups that are terroristic. They want their name to be known as a recruiting tool, really, but that their goal was to hurt or kill LGBTQ members of the LGBTQ community. Plus, they wanted to become famous on social media. What does that tell you about this particular group of people?
Yeah. Yes, look, so Brazil is not immune to terrorism, and there have been everywhere from Islamic extremist groups to, of course, domestic terrorism. And it's an interesting country in terms of ideological dynamics. It is by far one of the most progressive countries when it comes to LGBTQ rights, marriage, adoption, service in the military, strong anti-hate crime statute. So, but it is a predominantly Catholic country, so it has elements of conservatism that go against that sort of more liberal strain. And so there have been tensions, nothing like this before. There have been hate crimes, but nothing targeted like this. Lady Gaga would have been a perfect, for them, target because, of course, of her vocalness in supporting the LGBTQ community in all of her efforts. She went to Brazil and has been promoting it as well. And so that's the dynamic we're seeing. It does not appear, again, that they had sort of initiated any planning. They were trying to get recruits. And this would be the kind of attack that would be relatively easy in a free concert on a beach with at this stage, with sort of maybe not the most extreme security as you might have, say, in a stadium. 2 million people, you cannot secure 2 million people in a public space perfectly.
Yeah, Juliet Kayyem, really good points there. Thank you so much for coming on this morning. Appreciate you. Okay.